Okay, so the equipment you will need today is the bodice block, front only, pattern paper about this size to trace the bodice block onto, pencil, paper cutting scissors, set square and magic tape. You need to trace around the bodice block first, just using pencil, making sure the top dart here and the main dart at the bottom is here, neck edge, everything. We're only going to be tracing up, we're only going to be doing up to the waist down here for this exercise, but I've got the full bodice on there, but I'm going to chop it off anyway, so it's not. But if we're going to be moving the dart, you want to know where you want the dart first, okay? On here, the dart is going right up to the neck edge, so it's going all the way up here. We don't want it there. So today I'm going to be doing it at the side here. Sometimes you might see this on slips, okay? So the first thing to do is, with your set square and your pencil, your two darts here, you want them to meet at the bust point. So you want to be putting a line down the middle, and then you just want to change, you want to measure first, sorry. So it's 3 centimeters between these dart points. Just go do a mark at 1.5, and then you want to just make the darts go to that point. This is so when we chop into the darts to pivot them, they do it equally, and you'll see what I mean in a minute. Right, so now we've done this, you now want to make your line for your new dart. So I'm just going to go straight, I'm going to go slightly angled down so it kind of runs parallel with the shoulder edge here, you can see. So I kind of want it to run at a slight angle from the bust point here. So there we go, new line, old dart, new line. Got the new line and the old dart there. We're leaving the bottom dart, we don't need to do anything with that. The first thing you want to do is paper scissors. Chop the line where your new dart is all the way to the point that you just made in between all the darts here. Yep. Now you want to chop down one edge of the old dart. So I'll show you here. You can see I'm going to run it along here, and you want to go along your new line all the way to the point, but don't try not to chop the fabric off, the paper off. This is your new dart line and this is your old dart here, okay? Magic tape, this is what you need. You want to get about 2 or 3 bits off. That was a bit long. Oh well, did it anyway. Right, and here we go. This is where you pivot the darts. It's such a simple scenario. Once you get your head around it, you'll be moving darts all over. Okay, so this is the old dart here. You can see the width of it down here. All you're going to do is close, overlap. See here, you are overlapping the dart, basically closing that dart, and then you just want to line up the edges, make sure everything's flat here, okay, and then just put your magic tape down. And what has theoretically happened here, it has opened up your new dart here, and that's it. So the only thing I would suggest now is adding a bit of paper underneath here. So I've got a bit at the bottom here. I'm just going to add, scoot that along. Just going to add the paper under, and then we're going to magic tape it. Magic tape will become your best friend. Magic tape is the best thing to use when pattern drafting. Do not use sellotape, do not use masking tape. I've done it and I have lost my pencil. Literally, what have I done? Found the pencil. It ran away in a dress over there. I don't know how it got there. So this is the new bit. You'll find why you don't want to use sellotape, you can't draw over it. Also, when you take it apart, it's going to rip your paper. Masking tape, you can draw over it, but it gets really messy. It still tears your paper apart. Magic tape is beautiful. You can draw over it, you can pull it apart, and it just comes off smoothly. So I'm going to draw just over the new dart lines. And what I'm going to do is just take this bust point back. So do you remember when we went in the middle of either bust points that were apart here? We want to be going back 1.5 again. You don't want that cone pointy bit at the boob. That's what's going to happen if you leave that bust point there. So make your new dart point 1.5 back here. Okay, so it's just here where I've just marked it. So when you stitch the dart, that means it's going to stop just before, like 1.5 before the point of the boob, and that's where you can like iron the dart out and make it a nice curve. Whereas if it's on that point, you are going to get a point, like a triangle point, and you don't want that. Nobody wants that, not unless you're doing like a Madonna kind of Jean Paul Gaultier thing going on. I think that's who did it. And then now what you want to do is trace that off. And here's one I made earlier. There we go. As you can see, there we go. And that's your new dart here. Okay? And all you want to do is trace that off onto fabric and then just make it up and see how it works for you. Okay? That's it. Here we have the bodice with the new dart point. Here you can see it. You can't see any dart going up here. This is the neck edge and the shoulder edge and the armhole here. So we still have the dart that goes down here, and this is the boob, and then this is the new dart point. Just don't mind that. I've just ironed it. It's a little watermark. Don't bother. So that's it traced out and the dart stitched like normal. So we're just going to pin it on the bodice just to see how it is. So we need some pins. Okay. So let's just marry up this. I didn't use any seam allowance when tracing and cutting out because I'm just testing. To see what it's like. There's no point adding seam allowance yet. Let's not make it harder for ourselves. Don't need to do that. We don't need to do that. Okay, so it's not going to fit absolutely perfectly because this is just a mannequin. It's not a normal human body. But you can kind of get the gist of how this new dart is looking now. If you're quite happy with it, then you know it's working. We've got a bit of, oh, here we go, let's just do a bit of moving going on there. So it's not too bad. I would say at the moment, if you were wanting something a bit more fitted, let's just move that in. This happens every time I move my mannequin. The wheels stop every time. Okay, so you can see it's slightly baggy here. This new dart is absolutely beautiful. Oh, that is fitting so well. Look at this. That's fine. It's this one down here. But with it being calico, it's quite hard fabric, so we're expecting that. That's fine. If it was something that we were wanting more fitted anyway, we're just going to take that dart in at this point here. You can see I can naturally go to pin that out there, and that would make it more fitted. So at the moment, I'm quite happy with that.